What's up, everybody? This is JoshyyRed, and today we're talking about coffee. But not just any coffee. We're talking about that I woke up at 6 a.m. and somehow feel like a functioning human being coffee. The kind that costs you $12 at a coffee shop and makes you question your entire financial situation on the drive home. Yeah, that coffee. So today I'm reviewing the Breville Barista Express Impress, and I gotta say, this thing had me feeling like a barista in my own kitchen. Well, mostly, and we'll get into that. But before we dive in, as an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. So if you pick up one of these through the link below, it helps out the channel, and I really appreciate you for that. So thank you. All right, so let me set the scene. You've been dropping $5, $6, maybe $7 or more dollars on espresso drinks every day. You do the math one afternoon and it hits you. I'm spending over $150 a month on coffee. I know people that spend $1,200 or more on coffee every single year. Now that math really hurts my soul. So you start thinking, what if I just made it at home? And then you start looking at espresso machines and realize it's a whole rabbit hole. Grinders, tampers, portafillers, pressure gauges. Suddenly you feel like you need a degree just to make a latte. And that's exactly the problem Breville set out to solve with this machine. And honestly, I think they did a pretty solid job. So let's talk about what this thing actually is. The Breville Barista Express Impress is a semi-automatic espresso machine with a built-in conical burr grinder. That's the big thing too. You're not buying a separate grinder. It's an all-in-one unit. You drop your beans in the hopper up top, you grind them fresh, dose them, tamp them, and pull your shot, all from one machine that's sitting on your countertop. Now for a home setup, that's a big deal, and it looks good. I've got the Damson blue colorway, and it looks really sharp, especially against the contrast I have on my backsplash. It's got that premium, almost boutique feel to it. It's not going to look out of place on your counter. It's going to be the thing that people ask about when they come over. Now, let's get into the feature that makes this machine different from its older sibling, the Impress Puck system. This is where it gets interesting. The original Barista Express, great machine by the way, but one of the biggest complaints was inconsistency. You nail your shot one morning, then the next day it tastes off, and you're scratching your head wondering what happened. A big part of that is the tamp. Tamping is where you compress the ground coffee in the portafilter before brewing. If your tamp is uneven or the wrong pressure, your shot suffers. Now this machine basically removes that headache. It's got an integrated assisted tamper. You pull a lever and it tamps your puck at exactly 22 pounds of pressure with a 7-degree finishing twist. And that's the actual barista technique, by the way. And it's the same every single time. No guessing, no did I push hard enough. It also has depth sensing technology that monitors how much coffee you've dosed and gives you feedback through an LED indicator so you're hitting within plus or minus half a gram of your target dose. Half a gram, that level of precision used to require years of practice. So if you've ever tried making espresso at home and feel like it was a coin flip every morning, that's what this system is solving. Now the grinder has 25 grind settings. Dial it coarser, dial it finer, finding your sweet spot for whatever bean you're running. There's also a stepless micro adjustment in the upper burr for even more fine tuning once you know what you're doing. Now for most people, those 25 settings give you plenty of range. Fair warning though, the jumps between settings can be a bit wide, so you may have to experiment a little to land exactly where you want. I definitely had to do that. That's not a deal breaker, it's just something to know. I think my fine-tuned settings sit around the 21 or 22 setting. Now temperature control is legit. The machine uses a thermoblock heating system with PID control. PID basically means it actively monitors and adjusts the water temperature, so you're always brewing at around 93 degrees Celsius, which is 200 degrees Fahrenheit, the ideal extraction temperature. It heats up in about 30 to 40 seconds, which for an espresso machine is genuinely fast. Some machines have you waiting a couple minutes just to get going in the morning, but not this one. The pump runs at 15 bars, but optimizes to 9 bars during the extraction. Now, bars just means units of pressure. So think of it like PSI for your car tires, except for water being forced through the coffee grounds. 15 bars is the max the pump can generate, but blasting espresso at full power actually makes it taste a bit bitter and over-extracted. Kind of like squeezing a tea bag too hard. 9 bars is the sweet spot the coffee world has settled on for espresso. Enough pressure to extract all the good stuff without overdoing it. So the machine peaks at 15, but is dialed back to 9 during your actual shot. And that's the right move. You've also got a pre-infusion feature. It wets the puck with low pressure before ramping up to full pressure. That helps pull a more even, balanced shot. And there's a front-mounted pressure gauge, so you can actually watch your extraction happening in real time and know if you're in the zone. The specs at a glance are this: 1600 watts, 2-liter water tank, 250 gram bean hopper, 54 millimeter portafilter, and it comes with a stainless steel milk pitcher, single and dual wall filter baskets, a razor dosing tool, cleaning disc and tablets, water filter, descaling powder, and an Allen key for grinder adjustment. It's a solid out-of-the-box package. You're not chasing down accessories just to get started. Now, let me be real about where this machine has some limitations, because that's how we do it around here. The steam wand, it works, but it's a single hole tip, which means your steaming milk takes a little longer than you'd expect. I'm talking 90 plus seconds for a cappuccino. It's not a deal breaker, but if you're making drinks for the whole family back to back, you're gonna feel it. You're gonna be there for a minute. Also, and this is important, this machine has one heating system, not two. What that means is you can't brew your espresso and steam your milk at the same time. You pull your shot, you switch over to steam, wait 20 to 40 seconds for it to transition, then you steam. It's a sequential workflow. Now, for most home users, making 1 to 2 drinks in the morning is totally fine. Like my wife and I, we make coffee every morning, so this actually works really well for us. And there's not a ton of space too, so it's not like you're gonna want to pull a shot while you're steaming milk at the same time. So I see it as really a non-issue. Now the portafilter is also proprietary. It's 54 millimeters, which is non-standard. So if you want to use aftermarket portafilters or accessories, your options are more limited than with a commercial style 58 millimeter setup. Not a big deal for most people, just worth knowing if you're a gear nerd who likes to customize. And one more thing I want to flag, and this one's specifically for people who are still dialing in their grind setting. When you're experimenting with coarseness, you're going finer and finer to get your shot right. Especially if you're running darker, oilier beans, the burr grinder can get gunked up. Oily beans plus a fine grind setting is a recipe for buildup inside the burr system, and if it gets bad enough, you'll need to take the burr apart and clean it out. It's not a huge deal if you're comfortable with that kind of thing. Honestly, it's not that hard. I've done it a few times. But if you've never taken apart a grinder before, it can feel a little intimidating. Consult the manual for step-by-step instructions on how to do it, and don't skip it. A clogged burr will mess with your grind consistency and ultimately your shot quality. Just part of the ownership process and experience with any built-in grinder. So how does it compare to other Breville machines? The original Barista Express is about $100 less, but you're giving up the Impress puck system and all the consistency that brings. So if you're serious about getting good shots reliably, that $100 is well worth it. The Barista Touch Impress is a step up with a touchscreen and automatic milk texturing, but you're looking at significantly more of an investment for those conveniences. The Espresso itself isn't really better. You're paying for the touchscreen and the auto steaming. Now for most people, especially if you're stepping into home espresso for the first time, or you've tried it before and found it inconsistent, this machine has really hit a sweet spot between capability and accessibility. Check the link below for the current price. They come in several colorways too. Brushed stainless, black truffle, olive tapenade, sea salt, almond nugget, and this Dasman blue I've got right here. Now, as an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases, and just to be clear, everything I've told you in this video is my honest take. I'm not here to hype products I don't really believe in. I love espresso, and I love espresso machines, and this thing is really pretty special. Now, if this video helped you figure out whether this machine is right for you, drop a like. It genuinely helps the channel get in front of more people. And if you want more content like this, honest reviews, no fluff, hit that subscribe button and come and hang out. I'll catch you guys in the next one.